You see Mo in the other corner as well? Yeah. Live.
Yeah. There we are. Very good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Goeienaand. Molweni. Wassalam. Namaste. Welcome to my first ever edition of Neil de Beer Straight Talk on a new time slot, 8 o'clock. Baie welkom hier by my. En vanaand vir die eerste keer is ons op al die platforms. Ons is op YouTube, we are on Facebook, Mo and TikTok. We are TikTok live, we are YouTube live, and we are Facebook live. So to everybody, thank you very much for joining me. Voel 'n bietjie snaaks om met u te praat hierdie tyd van die aand, maar dit gaan van nou af my periode wees, my tyd wees op 'n Woensdag aand 8:00, as almal nou klaar geëet het, almal nou 'n bietjie klaar gestort het, familie gesien het, om 'n bietjie te luister na my opinie, wat aangaan en wat ons moet doen. It's a great privilege to be with you on a Wednesday night time slot. We thought it better to be on a Wednesday because we've got time when everybody is settled, we've fed the family, we've hugged the kids, we've taken a break, and we can sit and speak to each other about what is happening in this country, what we're going to do about it, and my opinion on certain matters. So very good evening, Molweni Matlabane. Apai welcome nomhlanje. Apai is concerns or straight talk. Now Teta nomhlanje. Apai relevant in daba in news nomhlanje. Apai info transfer. Ne? So Molweni to all of you and a very good evening. So to get right down to it, what a week it's been for the UIM. What major growth, what major incentive, what major things happened to us this week. And it's all about performance. It's all about making a promise and delivering to the people of South Africa. And I always get people that come in and question and say, but Neil, what are you doing? You talk a lot, but you don't do. Well, you don't get it. We are very busy. And we work every single day more than 8 to 12 to 14 hours at a time. And I'll tell you why, just to inform you. Number one, I'm a councillor in the city of Cape Town. Number two, I sit on the Safety and Security Portfolio Committee. Number three, I'm a whip in office. Number four, I'm a national party leader. And number five, I'm currently running several programs which occupy us, as well the Vice President, as well the Secretary General. And then people still come and ask us, what are you doing? So I've decided to stop answering those ignorant. I'm sorry. You're either with us or you go and vote for the party or the people that actually suit you. If the UIM's message of truth, light, taking them on, and when I say they, directly the cabal of the ANC, the EFF, and any other party that stands with them, then you are on our side. But if you're on the other side, fine, it's your choice. Your comments and your criticism is accepted, but then you must go. Because we deliver on every promise that the United Independent Movement makes. When we say we are going to take on Eskom, we take them on. When we say we are going to ask the president to immediately explain to the nation, then we tackle it. We go to the media, we go to the newspaper like we just did this afternoon. And it's burst now on IOL, Independent Media Online. We made a promise, and at 12 o'clock today, our Secretary General Jacques Tardiard delivered the letter to Cyril Ramaphosa. Now let's start there. State versus UIM, UIM versus state. South Africa, hear me well. We need to ask the questions on your behalf. Hoor my, daar is baie, duisende van u wat nou deel is van die UIM. Duisende, klink dit nie lekker nie. Nou, duisende, ja. 10.000, 20.000, 30.000. Mense, en julle wil die waarheid hoor. Julle het my getaak om namens julle, as julle verteenwoordiger op te staan en daai vrae te gaan vra. En as daai vrae ongemaklik is, as daai vrae nou veroorsaak dat ons lewens in gevaar is, dat hulle ons dreig, dit is reg met my, want ek het daai commitment gemaak, nie jy nie. Jy hoef nie. Dit was my besluit. Dit was Fatima se besluit. Dit was Jacques se besluit. Dit was Zenda, Monja, Cherise, Steven, Melissa, almal van julle. Dit was julle besluit dat ons moet opstaan as 'n nuwe party. You asked us to stand up for you. And so we have done. So where are we today? Let me explain. A letter today, which is now published on independent media site IOL, a letter sent to the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, and a letter that was put out in a media release went out today as promised a month ago. I said on the 15th of March, we will take them on with phase 1. And we weren't alone. Other organizations joined the UIM, including the Cape Independence Party, the Cape Coloured Congress, the Movement for Candidates of Independence under Dr. Michael Louis, and our specialist in energy, David Lipschitz. That letter was also signed by Hein Marx, leader of the ULA, and the UIM. So we're not standing alone in this, what I'm about to explain to you. Everybody's trying to sue Eskom. Everybody's trying to get to the writer. Everybody wants to get to the angle of Eskom and find out what is the truth. Nou, dit help nie dat almal dieselfde doen, want jy gaan dieselfde uitkoms hê, met ander woorde, hulle gaan niks sê nie. Now, that was not the angle of the UIM strategy for the past 3 months. What was our strategy? I'll tell you what it was. You see, they did this to SAA. They have done the same, what they are doing to Eskom. They did this to SAA. What did they do? Well, these are the people that come and ask us, but what are we doing? Do you think we sleep at night? No, we strategize. We meet until the darkest hour so that we can perform and deliver what we promised to you, the UIM constituency. We care for no one else but you, the citizens of this country. We care about you. It's our job, but it is also our passion. So what did we decide? We are not interested and cannot fix Eskom because we are not in charge of power generation. But what we are in charge of is the constitutional right of the citizens in this country to ask questions to its leadership. Now people say, but Neil is not going to answer. Why will he answer you? Maybe it's not part of the strategy if he answers us or not. What is important is that on public record and now published in the media this evening, those questions are published to the president. Now, South Africa is phase 1. And what did we ask the president? Hear me well, because it's part of strategy. Wat het ons om gevra? Well, in the public letter to the president sent to him today, we've asked him only 2 questions. Question 1, is Eskom solvent? Is Eskom solvent of insolvent? And question 2, is Eskom a current going concern? It's critical you hear those questions, because those questions are going to lead to an answer. And if President Cyril Ramaphosa doesn't have the courtesy to answer our question, which has now been emailed to him, which has been posted to him, to his office physically, by registered mail, and thirdly, now published in the newspaper. If he doesn't answer us in 10 days, like a good leader, a good president would, I don't even want him to answer. He will give me an acknowledgement of receipt of my letter. It's called common courtesy, diplomacy and decorum. Met ander woorde in Afrikaans, dit is mos nou net maniere om vir ons te antwoord as die mense. But don't for a minute think that we are going to go away. No, we just started. So the UIM and its partners within the Energy Coalition have asked a critical question. And the reason we asked it is because at the end of the day, if Eskom continues to ask you, the taxpayer money, are we taking that money, your hard-earned money, jou hard, bloedgeswete geld, en ons neek dit in 'n maatskappy in wat insolvent is, dan verloor ons mos. Is ek nie reg nie? Yeah, that's what you did with SAA. They took tens and tens of billions of taxpayers' money and they dumped it into a company called SAA that was bankrupt. It could not be saved. And what did they then do? They took SAA and they put SAA into business rescue. That's what they did. What I'm telling you now is not a secret. It's public record. They took a company that was once the pride of the world, that won award after award of best airline in the world, and you made it murtu in 30 years. You grounded them. Report after report, our money was looted, stolen. Was not enough to save a proud airline that carried our name. And then what did you do, government? You sold it. That's what you did. After dumping in tens of billions of rands over 30 years, you went and sold it without our permission. That's what you did. That's on record. That stands as the truth. Now let me tell you, we, the citizens of this country, we, the people that live in this republic, if it's the last thing we will do is to allow you to do this again in our name. UIM supporters, forget about the rest. UIM, this is what we're doing for you. This is what your party is doing in your name, with your permission, with your mandate, and with your prayer. We are taking them on. He doesn't have to answer me, South Africa, but he must answer the people. Now, if he doesn't, we will go to the next stage. What is the next stage? As per my press release today, and now the just half an hour ago IOL publication in media, we are going to then take those exact questions and we are going to pose it through a member of current parliament. Gee ons net tyd, volgende jaar is ons daar. Hoor my, in die Here se naam. So wragtig is wat ek hier so sit met my kalm blou oë. Volgende jaar is ons in die parlement, dan hoef ons nie meer terug te staan en gunste te vra nie. We'll be there in God's grace with you. That's what we're going to do. But now, we have found a partner that is currently a leader in parliament that will take these questions posed to Cyril Ramaphosa. Yeah, I'm going to do about it. You've earned it. You do nothing. We've lost respect for you not to deliver. Because this is wrong. So if you don't answer me, and if you don't have respect or common courtesy for me, you will answer to Parliament. And if you don't answer that question, which you must in Parliament, then we'll take you to court. But answer us, you will answer us. And the reason why? You are taking money out of our citizens' pockets. I don't care what you say. You are taking our money. Because when you go borrow money, so wat ons nou wil hê is ons wil antwoorde hê van die president. En elke keer as ek 'n brief van nou af stuur, every time I'm going to send a letter to Cyril, I'm going to publish it in the media. And I hope tonight I have your mandate. Ek hoop ek het vanaand, jou toestemming om voort te gaan met hierdie geveg. Dis al wat ek vra. Ons is kalm. Steady the boat as she goes. Ons is kalm. Ons is nie onder druk nie. We are not under pressure. The people that lie to us, the people that don't want to tell the truth, and the people that hide the truth, you can't hide. Because there's God's recording. I was told the other day in a meeting, can we switch off all the recordings and all the recording devices? And I said, there's only one problem I've got. What do we do with God's recorder? God's recorder doesn't stop recording. God neem alles waar, né? So today, groundbreaking day on a promise delivered to you 3 months ago. Bombay doors open, first bombshells dropped. Let's see what happens. And Mr. Ramaphosa, we are not hunting you, we are not chastising you, we are not attacking you. We just want answers because you are our president. And in times where people shudder, where people want leadership, you better get up now. Because thus far, you have let us down. You really have. Here's an opportunity to vindicate yourself. We wait for your reply. Now let's secondly talk about matters regarding a continual question, something that we are very sensitive about, something that we have discussed, and this is regarding the matter of coalitions. Coalitions are critical in the future of South African politics. Koalisie-regerings, kan ek vir u sê, is die toekoms, lyk my, van hierdie land se politieke toekoms. Coalitions at this current moment that are between the DA, the Freedom Front Plus, the UIM, IFP, ACDP, Action SA, etc., are currently not being successful. We can see that what happens in Joburg Metro, when the coalition that was led by the DA, including, might I say, the UIM, they never mentioned us, but we were part of that coalition. Funny that they talk about the smaller party, but when it comes to votes, when it comes to seats, they beg us. But when it comes to accolade and power, they don't recognize us. That time is coming to an end because small parties become big parties. They don't remain small. And I can tell you by the numbers that the UIM is growing at, we are a formidable power rising silently, calmly, ethically, truthfully in the light. We don't need millions. In actual fact, we build the party out of a back office to 3 seats in 3 metros, and in God willing, inshallah, we will be in parliament next year with an overwhelming force. Why? I've chosen the politics of truth. Ja, dis waar. Jy sien, jy hoef nie die waarheid te onthou nie, Suid-Afrika. Maar jy moet 'n lieg onthou. The problem with a lie is you've got to remember the lie. The truth remains the truth, so help me God. Ons praat net die waarheid, al maak dit seer. So, a message to the other coalition partners: we will remain steady. I have given you a commitment as the president of the UIM, and I will stand with that commitment that we will never, ever align ourselves in any party negotiation, coalition with the ANC or the EFF. That we will never do, even if it costs us power, but we will never, ever flounder on our conscience. We gave you our word, and we will remain very steadfast on our word. Ons het u ons woord gegee. Dat al gee jy vir ons die lensies op, die stukke silwer en goud, dat die UIM nooit, ooit, terwyl ek lewe, terwyl die visie-president lewe en die res van die struktuur, sal ons nooit in 'n koalisie-regering gaan met die ANC, die EFF of hulle kabal. Dit beteken enige party wat by daai kabal staan, is teen ons. En dit is so simpel soos dit. We will note and watch the coalition agreements grow, and we will rise. Because the United Independent Movement is not just a political party. No, sir. We are a people's party. No matter your creed, your race, or religion, this is the United Independent Party. Why UIM? Well, it's easy. We're united in thought. We are united in our passion and patriotism of this country, but we have the right to think independently for ourselves. And we're a movement that will never flounder. Yes, we don't get everything right every day. Ek maak baie foute en het baie foute in my verlede gemaak. Maar die een ding wat ek op hierdie oomblik op steun, is God se genade en julle. You, the South Africans. Now, that brings me to the next subject, which I'm very clear about. In the past couple of weeks, this country has been absolutely intimidated, threatened by Julius Malema, Frikkie, aka Jellytot, child in conference, not commander-in-chief. He's a child in conference with himself. Nou die probleem is as jy 'n kind 'n wapen gee. Daai wapen verander nie, maar dit word nou hanteer deur 'n kind. En 'n wapen wat deur 'n kind hanteer word, is seker die mees gevaarlikste. Now I can take as a politician like I am now, but will never be a politician. I will be a normal citizen like you. I entered politics to make a difference. I left business, successful, to stand for you. I can take political rhetoric. I can take political attack. I can take attacks against me and my family. But I'm telling you now where I draw the line is where I'm drawing it tonight. Hear me well. I'm drawing that line tonight. Julius Malema, hear me well, because I know you and I know of you and I have seen you, I have been around you. I am giving you a message now, which is not a political message. It is not a tactical message. It is not a message for hype and strategy. This is a message I'm giving to you today, and I want you to hear. And if you know him, if you talk to him, send the message. Today you crossed the line. And I'll tell you what line you crossed. You said that you are bigger than Jesus. Today, you made an announcement in the week on a video where you said that we don't need to wait for Jesus to come because you are Jesus. Right. Now, let me and you, on behalf of every child of God, let me now quickly give you some mentoring. Jy het vandag die lyn gekruis. Frikadelietjie. Frikkie, jy het vandag my God, my verlosser, het jy aangevat. Nou kom ek skool gou vir jou oor God, oor die lewende Here, oor die Seun van God, Jesus, wat ook vir jou na hierdie land, na hierdie wêreld toe gekom het om vir jou te sterf. Nou hoor my, hier is die boodskap. Weet nie wat ek vir jou nou gaan sê nie, I've not prepared this, but here it goes. The same God, the same Jesus that you challenged today and said that you are, that God is an almighty God. Dit is 'n almagtige God. Now, I'm going to tell you why I know that this God that I pray to, this God that I love, this God that I only got into my life about 2 years ago, this God is alive. Do you hear me, Julius? This is a huge, almighty God. I was in ICU last year for 5 months dying because of cancer. And I started to challenge God. Yes, I did. And I asked God, God, I just gave my life to you. Why are you taking my life? I just got out of the dark. I didn't believe. And Graham Power and Michael Louis had me kneel and give my life to God. And at one moment, I was dying. At many clinic in Somerset, West Vergelegen, I was dying in ICU. And I said to God, you must take me now. Jy moet my nou vat. Ek het 'n goeie lewe gehad. Ek kry kinders. Ek kry dogter, ek kry seuns. Ek het die wêreld gesien. I've done more than people do in 8 lifetimes. I'm okay to die because I met a gracious God. And as I am sinking and saying, I can go, this massive pressure came on my chest and it pulled me right up. So much so that 2 nurses looked at me and I looked at them and I breathed. Now, I never believed in a God in my life. I'm a guy that if you say it's blue, I want to see it. I saw God that day. I am living proof 6 months after death. And I decided, this is my belief, né? Mine, not yours, Julius, that I will make right what I have done. That I will stand for God. Now hear me well. I won't allow you to stand and tell people that you will not wait for Jesus, that you and the EFF are Jesus. Hear me well, I won't allow it, I won't accept it. Because what Christians do is they accept. They accept that you chastise their God. They accept that you blaspheme. They accept that you not here and in my presence. Hoor my mooi. Jy sal nie my God voor my totaal verneder nie. Nie by Neil de Beer nie. Nou julle daar buite kan dit aanvaar. We can turn the other cheek. We can forgive 70 times 7. But when someone on a public platform destroys the narrative, the memory and the belief and the hope of my mighty God, I am not going to sit here and let you do that, Julius Malema. I'm not. I pull and draw this line. Nou die res van die mense, kan maar sê wat julle wil. Maar ek gaan dit nie aanvaar dat my God, my Christen God, so verneder word nie. Ek trek die lyn. And so should you. So must you. It is your duty as a Christian. It is your duty as a son or a daughter of God. Are you just going to allow it? Now, you know what is the funny thing, not funny comically. The funny thing is, if he said that about Allah, or if he said that about the Holy Prophet Muhammad, then the Islamic faith of this country would be burning down houses. They will be marching in the street. They will be making sure that this man withdraws the blasphemy against their God. But you sit there and I sit here and we forgive. My God demands that I rise in his name. My God demands that I show someone that my God lives. Julius, you overstepped the line by taking on the Christians and the people of this country. You slaughtered our faith today or yesterday, and you are not going to get away with it, because tonight I pronounce God over you, my brother, my broer, Julius. You need to withdraw that statement. If you have any respect, dignity for the Father God, for Jesus, then you will withdraw, and not in Parliament, but to the people of this country's Christian faith that you absolutely ridicule today. I don't accept it. I will never accept it. You've gone too far. If you want to protest, protest. If you want to enforce your constitutional right, go do it so. But you will not attack my God. And I draw the line. And if I stand alone as the only politician in this country, the only political leader that leads the United Independent Movement's thousands, then so be it. I'm open to be chastised. I'm open to be slaughtered. I'm open to be hung. I'm open to be criticized. But for my God, I am worthy. I'm telling you now. Het julle my mooi gehoor? Hierdie is nie politiek nie. Jy trap oor die lyn. And you know what is the most saddest part, South Africa? Is that the rest of the political parties in this country are stum, silent, not a word. Not in my name. Nie in my naam. Gaan nie so werk nie. Mr. Malema, God will deal with you. I cannot judge. Yes, I'm cross here. Dat brand hier binne my. Want ek kan 'n fair fight, maar nie as iemand my God aanvat nie. Ek weier. So we'll meet again. God will fell his own judgment. God, that one that you said is you. He'll deal with you in a just manner. And may God's peace and blessings be over you. On the matter of the 20th of March, I'm very clear. You can only be intimidated if you're allowed to be intimidated. Again, resounding silence from the president, resounding silence from Beki Tafeltjie Stultjie Cele, resounding silence from leadership within government, not to stop a protest because it is your legal, constituted right. Hear me? You are allowed to protest. You are not allowed to intimidate. You are not allowed to threaten. You are not allowed to come here and tell us, the law-abiding citizens of this country, what to do. You're not allowed to do that. I don't care who you are. That your propaganda machine is working, oh boy. I'll give credit where credit is due, Mr. Malema. You are the topic of everybody's conversation. At a braai, at breakfast this morning, 873 WhatsApps, 722 emails just to me about you. If your tactic, your strategy was to captivate, intimidate, and cause fear, you've had success. But that's about the only success that you will have. A country where we intimidate nurses, a country where we physically abuse doctors, a country where striking compatriots, they call themselves, shut down hospitals, while babies are dying and people are suffering of medical trauma. That's what you've done. Now, let me tell you, we will respect your democratic right, but then you will respect our democratic right not to follow your democratic right. It is our right to go to work. It is our right to go to school. It is our right to go and shop. It is our right to drive freely on a highway, and it is our right to be free. And if you challenge such freedom, then you are not abiding by the law. I expected someone to get up from government and make an announcement, but you're quick to make announcements of lockdown. Lockdown. You had a family meeting every week. Daai vergaderings op TV het my later wil laat kots. I couldn't look at you anymore, Mr. President. Why? Because now that we need you, when a country is being besieged by a party that has agreed to be anarchists, anarchie, dan laat jy dit toe. Funny that you're not calling a family meeting. This country, I believe, have more good than bad. Ek glo dat in hierdie land is daar meer goeie mense as slegte mense. You want to make this a racial debate, you're not going to get it right. You want to make this a debate about color, creed, religion, you're not going to get it right. We're not going to allow you. My call, therefore, is that on the 20th of March, be yourself. Do what you need to do. We are not going to sink to people's level of giving them anarchy, war, civil unrest. I believe in the members of the South African Police Service. I believe in the members of law enforcement, and I believe in the members of all essential services that they will stand the line. Again, protests are a democratic right. Violence is not. If you want to see a line being drawn in the sand between good and bad, between law and disorder, then come up on Monday and take my constitutional right of freedom of expression, freedom of association, and freedom to be alive in my own country. Try and take that away. Now, what will we do? Now, we're not going to do things that you want us to do. We are not going to transgress the law. What we will do is we are going to assist the law enforcement agencies of this country. That's right, Mr. Mema. You think we are going to come arm ourselves as normal citizens and fight you? No, sir. You are very wrong. What we're going to do is make sure that every police officer in this country, every metro police officer in this country, every law enforcement officer, every EMS, every ambulance, every fire brigade, that we are going to stand behind them. Yes, we are. Every single member of a CPF, every member of our multitude of great security companies, more than 583,000 lede van die sekuriteitsmag in hierdie land. Neighborhood watches. We are going to just support law enforcement. That's our duty. So there it is. No call for violence, no call to react against you, no call to fight you, no call to attack you, no call to disrupt you. No. That's not our way. Our way is the legal, lawful way. Nou weet ek mense sê maar die polisie gaan stryk. Suid-Afrika, dit is absoluut snert. Kom ons maak dit gou klaar. The South African Police Service, I know this from a very close authority, yes, are not on strike. Can we now please stop sending out messages on WhatsApp, Signal, or any other platform telling us that the members of the police are on strike? This is a lie. This is not the truth. Dames en here, kan u asseblief dadelik ophou om boodskappe in hierdie land deur te stuur om te sê dat die Suid-Afrikaanse polisie gaan stryk. Dit is nie waar nie. Ek sê dit weer. Die Suid-Afrikaanse Polisie Unie, lede van die polisie het dit duidelik gemaak dat 'n lid van die SAP mag nie stryk op diens nie. Het jy gehoor? Dit is 'n kriminele oortreding as jy 'n essensiale diens is en jy moet op diens wees en jy staak. Jy mag nie. Kom ek maak dit duidelik. Dit is die wet en dit is waar. Maar julle verdraai dit want julle wil paniek saai. Hou op asseblief. Sprei hierdie woord. Dit is onwettig vir 'n polisiebeampte in hierdie land om aan diens te staak. Kry julle dit? Dit gaan nie gebeur nie. Ek het dit gehoor vandag van hulle. Maar wat gebeur is dat op die 17de, en ons weet nie of daai nog voortgaan nie, ons het 'n roemer gehoor, ek sal dit môre bevestig, dat op die 17de, dit is nou Vrydag, sou lede van die polisiediens wat van diens af is, nie op diens in uniform nie. Daai wat 'n dag af het, dat hulle die reg het om te protesteer op 'n wetsgewyse manier teen 'n absolute absurde salaris. Dis die waarheid. So kom ons meng nou nie die stryk van die 20ste met die stryk op die 17de nie. Hulle het niks met mekaar uit te waai nie. Julle teorieë, your scaremongering and your fear. Stop it now, please. You are making citizens absolutely unnecessary fearful. Why would you do that? Hou op om hierdie goed aan te stuur. Dis nie waar nie. Verstaan my? Die polisie gaan op diens wees. Hulle het dit bevestig. Inteendeel, hulle kan nie wag om op diens te wees, die lede wat nog staan nie, né? Hulle kan nie wag nie. So hou asseblief op om te sê op WhatsApp, op Signal, op enige ander platform dat die polisie nie op diens gaan wees Maandag die 20ste nie. Dit is 'n absurde leuen, asseblief. Die waarheid is dat daar 'n totale stryd was teen die SAP en die essensiale dienste en staat. Hoor jy my? Daar was 'n konflik op hierdie stadium oor salarisverhogings. Dis die waarheid. Die staat het 3% aangebied en die essensiale dienste het 10% gedoen. Hulle het dit gesoek. Nou, ek wil daaroor gou praat. Elke polisiebeampte in hierdie land wat werk en wat sy diens doen in blou. Ons moet ophou om te sê dat elke polisieman en elke polisievrou in hierdie land is korrup en gemors. Hoe durf ons dit sê? Dit is 'n versieking van veralgemening wat 'n siekte is in die land. Elke blanke man is 'n rasis. Hoe kan jy dit sê? Dis veralgemening. Dis lelik. Dis nie waar nie. Elke polisieman is korrup. Elke politikus is op die tyd. Jy moet ophou om dit te sê, mense. Dit is 'n lae vlak van IQ-stelling, okay? Jy kan nie dit sê nie. Elke dag ontmoet ek ongelooflike, brawe polisiemanne en vroue. Ek ontmoet hulle. En elke keer as ons dit sê oor hulle, kry hulle seer. Can you imagine telling a rugby team every day that they are crap and that they can't win? They are going to stop winning. It's time that you give the police officers in this country that are still dying, that are still fighting, those that they are, and they are not a small amount. Start backing them, man. How can we stand there? And when we need to give them an increase of their money, you can't even give them a 10% raise on their mere 8,000 rand that they take home. It's not even currently in conjunction with the current interest rates of this country. But you expect a police officer to go out there and work and take home between 8 and 12 and 20,000 rand. That's before tax. And you expect them to die. Shame on you, government. Shame on you. Skande op julle, dat julle ons manne en vroue in blou, ons manne en vroue in essensiale dienste, julle steel hulle rot en kaal, maar as hulle vra vir 'n verhoging, net om by inflasie te kom, dan gee julle vir hulle 3%. 3%? Shame on you. Shame on you. No wonder when a policeman, and I'm not saying this is right, but when he comes to a scene and there's a man that gives him a 30, 40, 50, 80, 100,000 rand bribe, no wonder that policeman stands there and at that moment might have conflict. Does he pay his children's school fees? Does he pay it or does he take this bribe? It's not an excuse. Hoor my, ek sê nie dit is 'n verskoning nie, but wow, man. No wonder they fall. But you as the ministers can sit and you can eat. Many of them steal, you heard. Many, I didn't say all. You loot. And when these people that carry this country in hospitals, correctional services, army, and the police, when they ask for just a mere 10% increase on the mere salary that they're getting, you deny them and you give them 3%, and you tell them, take it or leave it. That's not how you motivate a police officer. Police officers don't become police officers because they want credit. They become police officers because they want to abide, the majority of them, by keeping the law. It's their dream. And this is how you destroy it. But again, on Monday, many of our officers will go stand the line. May I ask you that you please give your support to our men and women in blue, to our law enforcement, our EMS, just for once. Let's say thank you to them. You know, we did. I remember at once in lockdown, we used to stop for an hour and clap hands, no matter who you were, for the frontline workers. Let us clap hands again for the frontline workers for Monday. And let's stand by them. Dis tyd dat hierdie land sy attitude verander. En dat ons saam met hierdie polisiemanne, polisievroue, soldate, hou op om hulle sleg te sê, man. Dis maklik om te kritiseer. Toe ek in die Springbok onder 21 rugby span was, as deel van die bestuur wat 'n wêreldbeker gewen het. Ja, was deel van daai bestuur saam met Pieter de Villiers wat die wêreld onder 21 wêreldbeker gewen het in Argentinië. I was part of the management of that team. I got taught a lot of lessons by being in that team. And one thing is we've got to be a team, because together everyone achieves more. So let's put racism behind us. If someone calls you a racist, then call him an idiot. You see, an idiot doesn't know he's an idiot. That's why he's an idiot. It's your job to tell him, you're an idiot, because you're busy hurting my brain. Here's no time for racists. A black racist, a colored racist, a white racist, an Indian racist, an Asian racist. We don't have time for racism in this country anymore. If you're a racist, get away. Only united can this country survive. So I've addressed UIM versus state to my team, David Lipschitz, Dr. Michael Louis, Jack Miller, Fatil Adams, Hein Marks, Melissa, to our advocates, our team that stood and gave us advice, to our admin team, to Jacques and his team that got us to make sure this promise is kept by the 15th of March. I salute you and thank you for keeping your word. We will keep on doing that. We will keep on growing. And this is important. We are not politicians. Politicians there, we the people here. I look forward to the rest of this week, where tomorrow I will be at Sub-Council, where I will be intervening in an area to get together with our chairman, Mr. Lombi, a group of neighborhood watch people together to fight crime on the road, and I will be joining them. See, that's what I do. I don't just talk. We'll be looking forward to our Vice President Fatima leading Johannesburg, Jay, our Councillor Jay Singh, that is currently representing us in eThekwini. I look forward to coming to Johannesburg for the Gauteng launch of our national campaign at the end of this month. So if you're in Joburg, Pretoria, Ekurhuleni, let's fill those halls. Let's get together as a country. And if you don't support the UIM, come together. Just come give us one moment to hear what politics actually is in action. Normal people standing up for normal citizens. It's time that we take our votes back. Having a non-racial party that respects all faiths, except Satanism, which is not a faith and not a religion. we will get a country back that's united. If I leave Earth and my time has come to pass, the only dream and legacy that I would like to leave is that we changed a country in 2024. The fact is that in 1994, we voted to change a country. In 2024, we will vote to save a country. Vote for who you want, follow who you need to. It's your democratic right. But choose well, associate well, and remember, South Africa, always first, but God must be number one. Suid-Afrika sal altyd in my hart en in jou hart nommer 1 wees. Maar God kom altyd eerste. Hierdie is nie 'n lelike land nie. Hierdie is 'n mooi land. Ons het net 'n verskriklike bestuur. This is not an ugly country. This is a beautiful country. What's wrong with this country is the management of this country. Remove the management, put in new management, and we will restore the image of our country. So help me God. Thank you for giving me the kind opportunity on my first Wednesday. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that we added value to your life, that we explained a couple of things that we have done and achieved, and that we still need to achieve so much more before we go to the ballot box next year. And then a special message to our women. Every day, our women of this country ensure that they are the rock and the foundation of our homes. A country that does not respect its women is not worthy being called a registered country. To every woman in this country, thank you for whom you are. Dankie vir ons vrouens wat elke dag die moeders is van ons kinders, die rots is van ons huis en die gom wat ons familie bind. Aan sussie, mamma en ouma, God se respek en God se eer op julle. Want dit is die vrouens van hierdie land wat ons man sterk hou. Julle is die fondasie. So baie dankie vir julle. Aan al die manne, kom ons staan op. Maak nie saak wie jy is nie. Ons het jou nodig. Kom ons staan saam. Kom ons staan agter. Julle is die manne van die land. En eer en respek aan julle. A united South Africa is a better country than being divided. Many people would like to divide us in this country. Someone told me today that evil and dark occupies your space only because you allow it to. Disenfranchise yourself, cut yourself off from this dark and this negativity. We will rise again as a country, and we will be that shining gold of the world again. We can only do it if we unite. May God bless you tonight and your family. May God's awesome hand of peace, strength, love, and justice reign over this Republic of South Africa. Mag God se hand, sy hand van liefde, sy hand van respek, sy hand van reg en geregtigheid oor hierdie Republiek van Suid-Afrika skyn. Mag hy ons dra in die volgende paar dae En sekerlik deur maandag se stryd van donker, waar lig gaan kom. Light always defeats the dark. We just need enough light. God be with you. Enjoy tonight, your family. Thank you for allowing me into your home, your car, your office, your caravan, your tent, no matter where you are. Thank you for allowing us to be your guests. We look forward to next week, Wednesday, same time, maybe not the same place, but the same truth and a follow-up of what we did the week past. Baie dankie, Here seën julle. Glimlag. Smile 'n bietjie. Ons is Suid-Afrikaners. God bless and enjoy tonight, and look forward to speaking to you again in a week. Bye-bye.